Jody Stokes Familetti BS exercise. And yes, we're back in the pool. Make sure you go on Amazon and get your Water Exercise by Jody book. Today we're focused on back to the basics.
Hey everyone, we're going to be moving between beginning and intermediate exercises here. To start, you're going to keep your hands about 1 foot apart for a chest press. I'm going to slow it down right here so that you can see my hands are about a foot and a half apart. You want to keep those elbows really close to the midline of your body, pushing out for the chest, pulling back for your back. Make sure your feet are in a nice wide stance. We're going to open up those arms a little wider. As we do that, we've made the surface area a little harder to pull. Pulling back for the back, squeezing those shoulder blades together, pushing through on the chest. Balancing in and of itself is hard right here, which is great for the core. You want to push through the chest and pull for the back. You're also getting in a little bit of triceps and chest. Again, pull those abs in nice and strong as you pull through the noodle. If this becomes too difficult, bring your hands back in, and you can do anywhere between 8, 10, 12, or 20 of these. An easy push, an easy pull. Moving next into a push side to side. You have many different options here. You can bring those hands in nice and close again, about a foot and a half, or you can keep them wide. The wider, the more difficult the exercise is. As you're pushing and pulling, you're working the medial and anterior delts of the arms. You've also got the waist. If you want to add in and make this a little more difficult, you can take that leg out to the side in opposition. So if we're going over to the right side here, you could lift that left leg out to the side and bring it back in as you push. Working the chest, working the back, working the anterior and posterior delts as you pull in. Also working the waist. Keeping your balance here is key. Keep those abs in nice and strong as you push side to side. Opening to a wider stance with the legs, we're going to do a medial delt by pushing that noodle down toward your body and pulling it back up. Remember again that every single thing you do in the water is a double concentric contraction. So while that noodle wants to come up, you're having to control the up and push the down. Nice, strong, straight arm. You want to try to get that noodle up close to the surface of the water as you pull down, working that axillary muscle right in the armpit. You're going to feel this in your shoulder, your upper back, and of course we're keeping those abs in nice and strong and sturdy for balance. You want to do anywhere between 8, 10, 12, or 20 of these. Switching to the other side, keep your stance nice and wide, taking that noodle over to the other side, bringing it down and up. You have an option. You can put that hand on your hip, or you can keep it down at your side. Another option might be to scull that hand up to the surface of the water, getting through the rest of our count here. Again, anywhere between 8, 10, 12, and 20. Moving into a tricep extension, pressing those hands down, bringing your elbows into 90 degrees, keeping your hands in about a foot from each other, and pushing the noodle down to the tops of your thighs. Really keep those elbows in and push down. You can do this slow, you can also do this fast. Widening the stance, we're going to try it with one arm. You want to make sure that you put that hand placed down toward the bottom of the pool, and you want to push it up and down, working that one tricep. Make sure that that hand is in the middle of the noodle. You have two options here. You can wrap your thumb around the noodle for a better grasp, or you can take that thumb out and press it down. Sometimes our hands get a little tired of holding the noodle, so make sure that you don't hurt that hand by holding on to that noodle too tight. We want nice arms. We don't want hurt hands. Go ahead and now changing arms, pressing that arm down, one arm tricep. Taking that anywhere between 8, 10, 12, and 20 with a nice stance. Now we have the biceps, triceps. We're gonna push it down. Now, anytime you're working your triceps, you're also working your biceps. Again, double concentric contractions. Pushing it down with one arm. We switched to a different size noodle. I went with a harder noodle the first time. I went with an easier noodle the second time. Just pushing down and through, keeping those muscles nice and strong, and you can tell I'm taking the wider leg stance. We're gonna also do the triceps from the back. Those hands face back, palms are over, and you're pushing down and up, otherwise known as dips. Then we're gonna take it into a bi-tri. We're turning our palms up on this one. We're gonna do a one-arm bicep. Again, you're still working biceps and triceps. We want a wide leg stance, abs in, palms up on this one. Keeping those elbows bent, really working fast through this, working the biceps and again the triceps. We're gonna stand on the bottom of the pool now, chest deep. We're gonna move that leg forward and back. This is a one leg cross country, sculling those arms forward and back, pushing through the anterior and posterior delts. Try to switch legs fast. If you can, you just step on the noodle, you push it forward and back. The noodle adds extra resistance to the thighs and the lower glutes and the hamstrings. And this is for fun. Try one on each leg. See how long you can stand up. We're gonna move into some abs here. Now, while you're pulling those noodles in, you're still working your arms, pulling the noodles in and out. I doubled the noodle on this one for the front and back pushes and pulls. Really push that noodle forward. Push both of those noodles forward for extra resistance, pulling the abs in, kicking the legs back. I also did a split on the back for my inner and outer thighs. Try all of these exercises, and this one in the deep end. This is a cross country and a jumping jack. The arms come out and in, press through, then I'm moving into cross country. My arms are moving back and forth with those noodles. I'm trying to keep myself up and out of the water. And in the deep end, I'm doing the cross country ski, kicking that opposite leg forward and back, switching legs, kicking forward and back, arms sculling back and forth. Again, you're trying hard to keep your head out of the water by pushing your legs back and forth. And that's it. Be fit.